Okay, it's a pleasure to kick off Open Problems for Robots in Surgery and Healthcare, a mini symposium. I'm Andrea Kay. I'm Managing Director of Silicon Valley Robotics and a visiting scholar at CITRIS People and Robots. And my co-hosts, Professor Ken Goldberg, the William S. Floyd Jr. Distinguished Chair in Engineering at UC Berkeley and Director of CITRIS and the Beneteau Institute's People and Robots Initiative, and Thomas Lowe, the Director of Robotics at SRI International and the developer of the Taurus robot manipulation platform for teleoperation, will be helping me moderate panels, moderate discussions through the morning alongside our other guests, Nicole Kernbaum and Monroe Kennedy. While we're about to kick off, I just need to say a couple of housekeeping things. I think as attendees, you are naturally muted and your videos are not showing. If you're a panelist and you need to step away at any time, then please mute and turn your video off. For attendees, we have a Q&A, and I see already that we have a question in the Q&A. I'm looking forward to having a very lively session, both in the chat and in the Q&A, which all of the panelists, all of the speakers will be able to answer the Q&As at any time. So that's going to be a very active throughout the mini symposium. Finally, we will have a post-event survey, and we will be sharing it directly after the symposium is finished and sending it out via Eventbrite as well. And Ken, I'm over to you to explain a little bit about what the survey is about and what our goals today are.
Terrific. Thank you so much, Andrea. I have to say it's a great honor to co-host this event today with Andrea and Tom. We started planning this back in December when we had no idea about the major tidal wave that was silently approaching us. And the intention at that time was to think about open problems and try and tease out the questions that researchers could tackle and work on in the next couple of years to further the advances of robotics and automation systems. So we started brainstorming on our wish list of the best possible panelists and speakers that we could imagine. And I'm thrilled to say that we were able to actually get all of them. And we have a fantastic lineup here today. And the focus again will be for research community. What are problems that are not yet solved, that are within reach, maybe some that are within a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years down the road. And so we have many students joining us today. We have researchers from around the world, and we're hoping to present most of the sessions will be recorded and available online. We're also taking a fair amount of notes. So we welcome your questions and your input during the session. Hope it's very lively. And the last thing I'll say is that what I represent the CITRIS People and Robots Initiative. This is a group of 70 faculty from the 4 UC campuses. That includes Merced, Santa Cruz, Davis, and UC Berkeley. And so we have helped co-organize this with Andrea and Tom. So Tom, I'd like to introduce you to give a perspective from SRI.
Thanks, Ken. And first I want to thank you for putting all the energy you did into getting this meeting to happen. So great work. So Ken and I have been working together for the last couple of years on some outside projects. But for those of you that aren't familiar with SRI, we're a Silicon Valley nonprofit institute. We've been around for 73 years, and we're known as the birthplace of the ARPANET, the inventor of the computer mouse, Shaky, the first mobile robot platform, Siri, and of course, the birthplace of Intuitive Surgical. And I've had the pleasure for the last 35 years of my career to have been involved in telerobotics and medical robotics most of that time. Like universities, SRI is always looking for where the real unmet needs are in any field, but certainly in medical robotics. And we see this as a tremendous opportunity to hear from those folks who are at the front lines of developing these products and actually using them clinically, their perspective on what will be the next revolution in surgical robots. So I'll pass it back to you guys.